Tim Brando, Spencer Tillman, and Archie Manning from our College Football Today studios here exclusively for CBSSports.com. Nebraska made a move this week to try to reconnect with its glorious past by firing athletic director Steve Peterson and bringing on Huskers legend Tom Osborne as his interim replacement. They had to do something. Nebraska's gone from perennial national power to Big 12 doormat. Archie, what went wrong at Nebraska?
Well, Bill Callahan is a good football coach, and people are getting on Coach Callahan because they say his offense. Well, it was far different than Osborne, even Frank Solich. But, Spencer, I don't think that's the reason Nebraska's losing. Their defense is horrible.
Yeah,
they've given up over 1,100 yards in the last 2 weeks.
Well, listen, I'm going to give you the real truth, and you're absolutely right on that point. But the major reason why right now the Callahan and Nebraska program is under scrutiny is because of the absence of the intensity on defense. John Blake was the guy. He was the emotional push that defensive unit galvanized around. I can tell you, there are several kids that have reached out and basically explained that that's the case. And so I know that to be true firsthand.
Yeah, I went on to North Carolina to join Butch Davis's staff over there. What about bringing in Osborne, though? Is that the right choice at this stage, Archie?
I think when you consider the fan base at Nebraska, what have they had? About 3,000 straight sellouts there. Coach Osborne was there. They won national championships, Hall of Fame type coach. I think they feel like they have to solidify everything, and he's a natural guy to do it.
Well, Callahan's a polarizing figure, and he did away with the walk-on program that was really, really big there. That was something that made it more like a family there in Nebraska. So he kind of had that hunker-down mentality there, and that's not playing well. So he's got to do a lot of public relations if he's going to get that ball club and the program back on.
Here's the rumor: would Tom Osborne hire Turner Gill away from Buffalo to come back? And
well, you're going back to the future, and again, the game is going more vertical and horizontal in the passing game. And if you go back to the option style approach, which may be okay, not to disparage at all what Turner Gill has done at Buffalo with a startup Division I program, but I don't know that that's the right, with all the guys that could be available to Nebraska this year.
I think about a couple of hires over the last few years, especially when Bob Stoops went to Oklahoma. Who was his first offensive coordinator? Mike Leach. And I tell Tim, close to home, what shocked me this year, Les Miles, an old offensive line guy, Michigan, Bo Schembechler, he hired Gary Croton. Bobby Dodd used to say, you never buck the trend. And the trend in football now is to throw it.
I'm also concerned about the future of Callahan as a coach in college anywhere if what he's alleged to have said is true, and that is that Tom Osborne is a crotchety old expletive deleted. He's having to backpedal from that right now. And now he's got 3 million reasons to want to go gracefully.
Yes, he does.
Okay, because he got that contract extension. But what do you make of Callahan's future?
Well, I think it's going to be very precarious because, first of all, let's remember now, Frank Solich was a hand-pointed guy, of course, by Tom Osborne. That was the preferred way to go. Then Peterson comes in and ceremoniously dismisses him after a 9-3 season. Tom Osborne comes in, whether it's on an interim basis or not, rights that wrong and then moves on. I think that's how it'll play out.
All right.
They need to play a little defense these last years.
Yeah, they do. Indeed. All right. Well, obviously, we'll be back with much more here on the College Football Today.